the tractor beam out of commission or this is going to be a real short trip. Okay, hit it!
Hey, here we are again.
What's up, guys?
Another
Good
unboxing.
evening, everyone.
There's been a lot of us this week.
Yeah, it's been too much. So yeah, guys, we're here again. It's the first ever, right? First ever unboxing of the Regal Robot Rancor. That's really cool. I mean, this is so everyone understands, this is kind of a follow-up to the product spotlight that we did.
Correct.
And we're super appreciative of Tom and his team and Regal Robot for letting us do the product spotlight, first of all, but also letting us open this Rancor before anybody else. It's really cool. I mean, Jason, you and Chris picked it up.
Right? We did, yes. We both went out to New York for the group so they can get a first look, a little reveal, and a little bit of discussion. Met with Tom, and he did give us the option. Do you want to take a peek at it first? Chris did get a chance to see it, the Paint Master way back when, and this time we said, let us be surprised. Let's do it in real time, and give that genuine momentum. But I think it's a perfect fit. I think having done the product spotlight and then being able to follow up with that with a little bit of a reveal and showcase some of the details and have a little discussion on it is going to be a lot of fun.
Well, and whoever's in the chat, feel free to drop questions, drop any comments, anything you might want us to chat about or anything like that. Drop it in the chat and we'll try to get to it. And I might be throwing some stuff up while we do this. Now, keep in mind, this isn't going to be the unboxing itself isn't going to be super long. There's not a whole lot to do with the Rancor.
3 pieces.
It's really not a whole lot, but we have a lot. I think we can enjoy talking about it because it's going to be pretty sweet. So
it's
going to be a lot to talk about with it. Yeah,
for sure.
Good.
So it's a great piece. Okay. Mm-hmm. But the fact that Jason and I were able to get together from 2 different areas and come and talk to each other, hang out and have lunch, and it adds more to the piece. And not only that, but I took my sons up to see it months ago, there's a lot more history behind this than just it being a great collectible, there's a lot to remember from it,
I agree, Chris. That does add the sentiment to it, the sentimental value, and it just overall the whole tie-in, the relationships we build, the people that we get to meet, and it amazes me. It really does. And we talk about this over lunch. It's fantastic. So I'm really excited about this.
And the other good thing is I think everyone will be able to actually see the statue tonight versus Steve's unboxing. We saw pixels of a Cad Bane. So that's
probably going to be Steve's first and last.
I know, that was so unfortunate, man.
It was unfortunate, but it was what it was. It wasn't
Oh, it's fine. Steve got a statue, dude. He doesn't care.
No, he's happy.
Exactly. At the end of the day, it's fine. I think is there anything you guys want to mention before you get into this? I mean, I know that you guys didn't get the whole package, boxes and everything. Like you actually you were foregoing a certain thing to pick it up.
Correct. So a few things to mention. So as we unbox, as you'll see, for those in the chat, those listening, or those listening in the future, who order this and is expecting it to arrive soon. So one of the caveats of picking it up a little bit earlier, prior to shipping, was that we had to forego the typical packaging that these will arrive in. So what you see tonight is going to differ a little than what you'll receive when you actually get it in hand. Oh yeah, a lot.
It's going to be completely different.
And we'll explain specifically the differences. I'll point them out exactly, the differences between what we got versus what you'll get. And I won't go into huge detail, just a quick, this is what we got, this is what you should expect. I'll actually do that in a moment when me and Chris open the base, because that's going to be the first piece that we open.
First of all, Jason, we got 2 boxes. They're going to be in one box.
Yeah.
The base is going to be in there with that. Yeah.
Yeah. So when we open the base, I'll go further into that and let them know, and then this way we can just go through the Rancor itself.
Cool.
But
Cool.
yeah.
And just so everyone knows, Jason actually wears that glove every day. It's this. This isn't
Michael Jackson.
This isn't a special thing. He actually wears that. That's not for the
I'm just a
statue.
huge fan.
Yeah,
it's not for the statue.
He's a magician.
I have no gloves. No gloves.
He's actually a magician on the side. So just so you know that. Okay, so let me go through the chat real quick and just see who's here. We got Ken Knight. He's number 3. I guess he's number 3 of the Rancor, maybe.
No, I think he means night number 3 because there's a third night.
Oh, night number 3.
Okay, night number 3. Yeah.
I was gonna say, that's
3 straight nights.
Yeah, we're sorry, Ken.
It could have been tomorrow and Saturday too, because we're expecting Gamorrean Guard tomorrow and TIE Fighter Pilot on Saturday.
Oh gosh, it's there's a lot. There's a lot.
Yeah,
we will have more unboxings next week, guys. Just so you know, it's gonna be it's crazy couple weeks. Martin says he's psyched to see the Rancor. Simon says looking forward to this one. Traveling Jedi Evening Group, what's up? He said his final payment for this is tomorrow, so he can't wait for it. Let's see. Looking forward to it. Pamrika's in the house. Donald Bryan, what's up?
Hi.
Taylor, how you doing, dude? Sean, he's giving anal COVID test. Who is this? What is he talking about? Man,
talking about his glove.
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
yeah.
I see.
Yeah, that's possible. He does kids' birthday parties. Okay, so yeah, Trexler's looking forward to the show. Cool, guys.
Trexler historical art, is that Trexler town? Like, is that?
That's a good question.
That's close to me.
Listen, I appreciate everyone joining and hanging out. Let's get into it and
and again, any questions, post them. Anybody awaiting one or have one on order, feel free to share and let us know your thoughts as we go through. And all right, ready to rock and roll, Chris?
Let's do it. So you got number what? I got 12. You got number 17, right?
14.
14.
I got 14. Yes.
Such an insignificant number.
Yeah. Well, no, mine's number 1. I got number 1.
So quickly,
Sure.
I'm just going to break this down as we're now starting. So as Chris mentioned, we received 2 boxes.
Mm-hmm.
We received this box here. This contains the base. Okay. And then we received the second box, which is 22-inch cubes. So when they actually ship out, what's going to happen is rather than you receiving 2 boxes, 2 separate base / cube box, you're going to get a 22-inch cube box inside a 26-inch cube box. It'll be double boxed with styrofoam in between the 2. But in addition to that, the base will be packed in between the 2 boxes itself.
Got it.
So it'll be layered in a tier. So you'll have one giant 26-inch cube box, the base, the styrofoam, and then another 22-inch box, and then the Rancor within that.
I don't think they care that much about the box.
Well, it's just important because
it's good for them to know what they're
I know,
gonna
I'm
get.
just kidding.
Just so they know too.
Joke. I thought this was going to come in the not in the base though. I thought it was going to come in the other box.
Yeah,
So,
what's inside that? What's inside that?
All right. So first of all, we got a thank you for your order from Tom.
Of course, yes.
Beautiful Chewbacca bust.
It's handwritten by Tom, right?
Handwritten by. I don't know if it's Tom.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it looks like a female's handwriting. To be honest with you.
Okay.
You know what gets me on these is every time I receive one of these, every single time I get closer and closer to ordering this chair.
I know that chair's so cool.
I mean, these are doing their job because I'm
know.
one click away from ordering that. Literally.
Woo, look at that.
And then we have this beautiful piece.
Yep. Let me see it, Jason. Hold it up.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Be sexy, huh?
So gorgeous.
Yeah, it's so cool, dude.
Then just a quick
So
rundown
cool.
on the back.
Yeah, so hold those up, guys. Hold on. Very cool. This
Hand
doesn't
signed by Tom himself.
give you your number yet, right?
No.
No, it says it's got a little bit of a background, and it just says Rancor Replica Phil Tippett Signature Edition, limited to 83 pieces, and that's hand signed by Tom. Always a nice little touch for sure. And then it gives just a quick
this
little.
Needs to be framed and put with it.
I actually like that, the fact that you can put this to CZ3, and I think I can't quote this for sure, but I believe on this level of collectibles, they're going to follow suit with the 8.5 by 11, and that's an off-the-shelf frame you can buy, pop it in, and just pop them on the wall. Yeah.
Simon says, Matt, are you getting this one too? I am. It will ship when it ships. I'm not sure when it's Matt, the chair would look good in your office. It would. I think that chair would be too big, to be honest.
Apologize for the noise.
Yeah, I'm gonna freaking.
Here's the bottom of the base.
Oh yeah. Okay, hold on. Number 14.
There's the number. Here's the top. Has two little felt pads that show where he keys in.
That's cool that they put the felt pads on there.
Yeah, for sure. And the base itself.
What'd you get, Chris? What number did you get?
I got 12.
Oh, how cool.
So
Special
the base,
number.
Matt.
Very cool.
What do you think of the base, Steve? I mean, Chris, I like that, huh?
I love it. Well, it's got his footprints. Like
it's got like a nice museum, style to it. So it measures
from messing up the base, right?
Exactly 11 by 15.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to move it back more, I think. Holy crap!
By 1 inch. So it's 11 by 15. So it's a decent size, guys. Nice size base. Right.
11 by 15.
Yeah, so it's bigger than it looked holding it up. So 11 by 15.
Good. That's good because that'll fit on my shelf.
Yeah,
That's good.
this is a really nice base. I was
worried about that.
And you can tell it's all hand sprayed.
What's it made of on the top? What is that material? It's not Formica. What is it? I don't even know.
No, I mean it's a solid wood base. I think that might be the type of paint that's used.
It's not wood. There's no grain.
Oh, you're right. It might be
because the bottom's MDF, like an MDF.
You're right. It might be an MDF with like a. It's similar to if anybody has any of those like display pedestals. It's very similar to that quality of build, and it's got like a matte sheen to it. It's not super glossy, but not super flat.
I don't know if anybody really, nobody saw the picture that Jason and I, like this is a big.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Big.
All right, when you guys get into this, I'm gonna mute you because it sounds freaking ridiculous.
Okay.
So mine hasn't been seen, but mine's already moved from the physical box itself.
Okay. I'm gonna mute Chris for a second. Yeah, I'm excited to see this thing, man. Well, I'll get mine at some point. We'll see when, but let's see.
Okay, so as I'm unwrapping this, Matt, one thing to note is the drool seems to be not so much on the sensitive side, but potentially can be. So it's going to be packed where it's a little bit tucked under his chin when it arrives.
Okay.
So you might just need to let it sort of rest out and release. But
Trexler says, Matt, where are you putting it? I'm gonna put it. I think I'm gonna move Shakti and put her somewhere else. I gotta figure that out. And then I'm gonna put put Rancor up there. I think it doesn't really fit with the Hoth stuff like those two, but I don't know. I don't know what else to do at this point. So
okay, so I have 3 pieces here. Well, 4 total, but 3 in regard to the Rancor. So I'm going to hold them up real quick, but we're going to do further close-up shots so everybody knows. So I'm just going to give a quick sneak peek before I put him on the base. So here's how he comes.
Wow, man, look at that.
This thing is phenomenal.
I bet it looks amazing in person too.
Oh my God, Matt, this thing is just crazy. I mean, again, we're gonna do some close-ups, but all right, I'm gonna try to slide him in, key him in. All right. Pretty simple process. I like the fact that it has the felt on the base, so this way when you're keying it in, there's a very slight bit of tension in order to get the pegs in, but I think that's actually by design.
Yeah.
So he's in there nice and snug once he rests.
So BMX says it's not that. So it's not that tall. Yeah, this is not the same as the sideshow version. So this is the 1-to-1, right? 1-to-1 of the puppet.
This is exactly 1-to-1. So it's not the sideshow, but at his highest point, not including the base, sitting on the base, is about 19 inches in height.
Yeah.
And he's approximately about saying 19 to 20 inches sort of in depth. This thing is crazy.
Look at that thing, dude. Chris, turn him so you can see the eye a little bit more. The other way. Sorry. Yep. Oh, look at that freaking the ball bearing eye. Is that so? That's painted, right? It has to be painted.
That is painted, correct?
Yeah. Okay.
That is painted.
It'd been cool.
It's a nice smooth round effect. It looks just like a ball bearing or a BB.
It'd be cool if they put one in there, or an actual ball bearing in there. That'd have been sweet.
Yeah, that would have been fantastic. So the next piece would be, I'm opening his cuff.
Chris, the color on your Rancor looks great. I'm sure it is in person with Jason as well. His is a little further back though. But
yeah, I'm gonna do a close up.
Yeah, they both look great. They look really good.
So the cuff, as you're assembling, just so most people know, there's one part of the cuff that has some patina on it.
Okay. Yeah.
So
patina.
Yep. So this is the cuff itself, and just to give some detail, rather than your typical chain, which is more of an oval, these are almost perfect circles. And pull it
back a little bit, Jason. Oh, there you go. It's having.
Yeah. And that's also intentional because that's exactly how it was in the movie. So the detail on this is really, really nice. I mean, the paint job. Trying to get the proper lighting on that. So the thing about the patina here is you want to make sure it rests on the outer side and it goes on first before the hand. So the patina part, the patina stain is going to face this way.
Yeah.
Okay. And it goes on first. And then, oh my God, this is insane. This thing's bigger than mine, man.
Dang, look at that thing, dude.
That's insane. Oh my God. Look at
and how what's the paint apps? What are the paint apps like, Jason?
The paint application on this is almost, I mean, it's spectacular. What's interesting about it though is as beautifully as it's done, there's some intentional areas where it's not perfect because you know, when a prop is being made, you know, you have limited resources. Maybe you have to make multiple versions of it. You know, you have to get it onto set quick, maybe touch it up. You know, you have some flaws and inconsistencies, and those were, you know, those were repeated here by design for sure. But even his fingernails have a little bit of a gloss to them.
Yeah, that's so cool.
I mean, this thing is funky, man. This is crazy. So I'm gonna go ahead and key this in.
Okay, 1 second, Jay. Jay, 1 second.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at Chris's cuff here. So, Chris, do you know how to put this thing on? You know how it's supposed to go a certain way, or? Oh, I'm sorry, I got you muted for some reason. Okay, good.
The patina splash that you see here.
Yeah.
That greenish color.
Yeah.
You can't really see it that well.
I see it. We see it. Yeah, we see it.
Yeah, but that goes on the outside when you slide it in over top.
And cuff first.
Cuff first,
yeah.
And then the hand goes in.
That is crazy. Look at that, Chris. It's almost as big as your hand, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's as big as almost as big as my hand.
So that means it's gonna be like double my hand.
Probably, yeah. I mean, look at this baby. Holy crap.
Spin that shit around.
I have to say, guys, so far this is far exceeded my expectations.
Ooh, look at the bone in the back. The bone color.
It's freaking phenomenal.
Ooh.
It's just
wow.
It's goddamn gorgeous.
Wow.
Now there are things on here that that people will look at and say, "What is that?" Like on the arm, like so right here, on the arm is a more of that patina paint. Like they're on the actual prop. There, right, see if you can see, it's right by my finger, right there.
Yeah, we see it.
That green line. It's on the actual prop, so that's supposed to be there like that. That's not a screw up in the painter at all. God, this thing is freaking phenomenal.
Yeah, how strong is that magnet on the hand?
It's firm.
It's pretty firm, yeah.
It's really firm.
Yeah.
There's no worries on the magnet.
No, it won't come off. I'm barely able to move. I can't even move it.
Oh, Jay, you got yours on?
I do, yep. So I got the hand on.
Killer, yeah.
Get the chain hanging down. But again, mine looks farther back, but I'm going to be jumping off and doing a little bit of a close-up.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
We'll do some of those close-up details. And as I do some of the close-up details, maybe I'll have Chris, since he's got in front of him, kind of go over, like, do the discussion as I'm showing it.
Yeah.
So
see,
this is
right there. That right there is how I want to display him, where he's like sideways on my shelf.
Dude, you could you could display this thing from behind and be like,
I know,
it's freaking beautiful. It's just, it's a work of art.
Awesome.
This reminds me of something that you would see when you go to like a museum of science or Star Wars exhibition.
Yeah.
And you see like behind the magic, and you see this thing on display. The base specifically, the pose. He's even got a little turn of the head.
Yeah.
Going on. But here's everybody knows that this is what I love.
This is it right here.
Oh, the Phil Tippett signature.
Yeah, that's
he had said Phil went a little crazy on the signatures, staying
Mad Dog Phil.
Yeah.
No rhyme.
This is Jason's 10th Phil Tippett signature. So
I think it's my 4th.
I think so, yeah.
Soon to be 5th. So what I like about this, as I was unwrapping it, I like the fact that you can either display it up, in front of, or you can actually utilize the base.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm gonna do right there.
That looks really, really good.
It looks great.
Yeah.
It looks great, dude.
Wow. I mean, this thing is.
It's great as is it as good? It's as great as I said, right, Jason?
Chris, it far. I mean, I'm looking at details on here that we'll show in a few minutes, but I almost can't believe them.
Jason,
why don't
you hop off and go to your phone, and then and you can show some details. That'll be good.
I'll tell you, my favorite part of the whole thing has got to be those ball bearing eyes.
Oh, it's so cool, dude.
Like, it just makes it look so menacing.
I know, it's so freaking cool.
And I think I've told you and Jason in Mandalorian, the Crate Dragons has the ball bearing eyes too.
Yeah. Just so people know what he's talking about. The eyes for the puppet, they used and for a lot of monster films, apparently, they used ball bearing eyes to make them. Mm-hmm. I can't remember what they said the reason was.
To reflect the light, probably.
Maybe you're right. Yeah.
To give it a more
lifelike
look.
More like monster look. Anyway, they've kind of given you that here, and it looks freaking awesome.
Like the earring. The earring is I wish I could zoom in on it.
How does that ear look?
It looks beautiful. looks like an ear.
Less like you want to stick your finger in it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
but
good.
The earring has it's metal, but it has like a wire wrapping around it. It's not just a hoop. It has a wire wrap going around it.
You know what's cool though about this is that you could easily get the sideshow version.
Yeah.
And this, and still have two very unique pieces, right? Like, I mean,
they're very different.
Very different. Yeah. All right, hold on. I think Jason. Well, let's see if this works. Actually, we gotta see if this works.
Sorry for the bubble wrap, guys. All right, let me just make my screen a little bigger. So, how's my sound, Matt?
It's good.
No echo?
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay, I'm just trying to make my screen a little bigger. Let me do the
Like the scale of this isn't like I'm sitting back a little bit and it looks bigger, but it's big. Like I'm right up against it. It's big.
It is. Yeah, it is big. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right,
it's
I just
not,
want to
of course,
rotate.
it's not Rancor big,
Okay.
right?
So
Sideshow Rancor big. But
here's some of the up close details.
Show the earring.
Yeah, the earring is. My goodness. Hold on.
Oh yeah, the scars and scabs. Look at the scab right there, Jason. Oh, you went too far.
All right, guys. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm moving a little. But I just look at the earring on this. Is insane. It's insane.
It is.
Look at that. I mean, this is literally wired, painted. I mean, look at that.
yeah, it's like rusted and stuff. That's crazy.
Mhm.
And it's literally, this isn't like casted. That's actual metal twisted around the ring of it.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's so cool.
So
Show
some of the
scabs.
Okay, we get quite a few. We get some up here. Hold on.
Yeah,
just
back
moving
up a
slowly.
little. Yeah, back up.
Back up.
Some
Jeez,
there.
Jason.
There you go.
All right, guys. Bear with me.
There
Bear
you go.
with me.
He's not used a phone before, guys. Just give him a second.
All right. All right, so I'm going to hit some of the scabs over here. So you get some here. These details here.
That's by his right ear.
Yeah, right by his right ear.
So cool.
And there's some smaller ones throughout, but some
On
of the
his
things I wanted to, yeah, his back as well. Some of the things I wanted to go over is, like Chris had pointed out, the patina on his arm. So here you have on the cuff, some of the detail on the cuff. So as we come back, and just take into consideration the light, guys. I have this lit up in a way so you can clearly see it, but that might affect the color.
Yeah.
So as we come up to the arm, you see
color is actually a lot closer to what Chris has.
Okay, so you see that little drip of patina on the arm, and again, intentional as the real prop has this. And then we'll go up to the eye. I'm going to showcase the eye.
Crazy that the prop had that.
So this is, as we were discussing,
that's so cool.
sort of that ball bearing BBI.
Show
And now
the wet nostrils.
Can we see the mouth? Can we see inside the mouth?
Yeah, so the mouth specifically, because you remember how, and I'm not trying to get into a compare and contrast here, but one of the things that I disliked specifically with the Sideshow version was how it looked like it had a strawberry tongue. This looks like a actual mouth. And if you look at the nose too, the nose even has some, wetness to it. Snot, wetness. Good. It's got that wet look to it. So here's the drool. I'm going to just put my hand in front of it.
The teeth look disgusting. It's interesting how they put the drool into the mouth. Like,
so
rubbery.
Yeah.
I don't think Tom wanted us to tell how it was made.
So it's a little rubbery, but here's the thing. So when you receive it, you'll notice that it's actually input in such a way where, similar to the movie, that's how they would feed the drool into the prop and have it coming out. So it's pouring out, simulating or implying the same effect that the puppet would have had during the scene. I mean, this is just, I can't believe this thing.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, show some fingernails.
The fingernails are like
fingernail porn.
Grimy. And the layer of coloring. So I'm trying not to move too fast to give anybody any dizziness, but the layers of brown are just fantastic.
Stunning is
just fantastic. Like
very bumpy.
Yes.
Pull back out here for a second. So sure. everyone watching Chris's colors. Again, they're probably the more accurate color right now.
Yeah, they are.
But
and I can apply the more accurate color. So this is more what it looks like in real time. I was just trying to give you guys some extra light. So this is what it looks like to the eye.
Yeah.
The bone back, this tail, it looks like bone. Like it has that bone color. It's so nice.
That's so cool.
And as you can see, it lightens because the actual prop is more of a bone color. So this simulates that as well. So if you look at the leg compared to the bone, the leg's a lot more brown. Yep. And that, again, is intentional. So it should come up. And just so everybody knows, as we're going over this thing is seamless. There's no seams. There is no, other than the cuff and the hand, there's nothing to build.
Yeah.
There's nothing to build, nothing to screw together, nothing to piece together. Literally, it's just the cuff and the hand. And the reason for that is because the original prop had the same, where the hand was split and in 2 parts.
So if you're looking at the arm here, it looks like shell, like a lobster shell or a crab shell on here, right here.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a seam there. You can see it real good there. It looks like it's like crustacean bone, you know.
It's so cool. Oh yeah, look at his toenails. Oh gosh.
I just want to bite them.
But look how smoothly that rests on the stand.
Yeah.
And the stand, like I said, it isn't shiny like a piano gloss, and it isn't flat. It's got just a perfect sheen to it.
Yeah, that's
to
nice.
give that museum quality.
That's very nice.
Man,
I gotta say, guys, this again
is next level.
It is beyond. I have with the way this thing sold out and the frenzy that surrounded this following the sellout, this is gonna be a grail piece for many collectors.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it.
Look at that profile. God,
the teeth look really good too.
Oh.
I like the wetness in his nose. Like,
yeah, it's done so well. Look at that. He looks like he's like breathing and snorting,
Yeah, and it's like red inside too.
He's even got, if you look at the eye, I don't know if you guys can tell, right around his eyelid, it's actually got a little bit of red to show.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, I see it.
I mean, this is where like no stone is left unturned,
Yeah.
And the mouth actually looks like you're looking into a mouth. It doesn't look artificial. It doesn't look synthetic. It doesn't look toyetic or
trying to see what it looks like. Like I gotta shine a light just to see what it looks like in there.
Even the roof, like if you look at the roof of the mouth, it looks very natural.
Oh man, that looks like it does. It looks like a real mouth.
Yeah, and the way the darkness settles in it, Chris, it looks like you're looking down.
Yep.
The throat of a creature.
Yep. You can see the back of his throat. God,
crazy, guys.
It's just
insane. So now that I dim the lights a little bit better, Matt, you don't have to put me big. I mean, just to give people an idea, can you see the contrast of browns now a little better?
I can, yeah. I'm just, again, I'll reiterate. I think Chris's like saturation and color looks more like what
it's definitely, but that's more of what I'm seeing. Correct.
But yes, you can see the contrast of colors of yours. Yes, 100%.
So yeah, I just, it's a little difficult because I wanted to make sure we had adequate lighting for obvious reasons.
That's good. That's good.
So I'm actually gonna put my lighting back up a little bit just for my sake. And then there's so much to see on here. I mean, we can do this all night, but I want to kind of get into the discussion of it. There's just a lot of detail, a lot of scabs, a lot of surfaces that can just go on and on. But
hey, Jason, go up to the right shoulder, and there's like a big like pimple thing on his back. You see that, or is that the scab? Okay,
that's another scab. Yep.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And even those have a very natural. They almost look like they're open wounds, unhealed wounds.
His picture, if you look at the picture that he's like his camera is showing, they look brighter than they actually are. Like they're not that pink and that dark. They're actually like you have to actually look for them to see them.
Yeah. Chris is 100% correct. They don't stand out. You have to kind of graze over and find them. And this, just the detail on this, I love it. It looks so natural. It almost looks like, the actual prop itself.
So like, Matt, go.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude.
Yeah, the color on that is
really good.
It looks
lettering.
like real metal.
Yeah, it looks.
It does.
Good.
So well done.
Wow.
And again, there's been some questions.
Scrape the shit out of it.
Yeah, I had some questions throughout the day. Not many. I think I had 2 or 3 people, ask specifically, and I'd said I hadn't taken a full peek yet, but when you do see things like this, if this is, let's say, 83 people bought this, there's going to be law of averages. So there's going to be a few in that batch who this will be their first piece that is a exact replica of the screen use prop. So all these things where if you're used to idealized pieces commercially, pieces that are done in like editions of 6,000, and you see like perfect paint jobs, this is all intentional.
Right.
So you're getting
guys,
the full feel of the prop.
It's the same thing we say about RS Prop Masters, right? It's the same thing we say about a lot of these prop type of things, where it's like the things you're getting are done on purpose.
So
and, it makes a big difference.
You see this hole here? Okay. That's what I mean. Like it doesn't stand out. The color doesn't stand out, but if you look closely, you can actually see it's slightly like reddish.
Yeah.
Like it's not like pimples standing out in your forehead.
Right.
You know.
Dang, that thing is awesome, dude.
Jason, when Tom was telling us about like the paint apps, like on the feet, and how he was saying, some people might look at it and think it's like messy painted messy. Correct. I don't see that at all. It looks natural. It looks
well. I agree with you, Chris, but it goes back to what I was saying a minute ago. So you're getting to a point where you're now a little bit used to seeing these and seeing what they look like. So if this is technically going to be your first time, and they may just be somebody who it's their first time, they may look at it and say, well, some of this is not.
Jason, I don't know about that. I really don't. Like,
no,
I'm looking at it and thinking to myself, this looks like a fantastic paint job. It doesn't look
I agree 100%.
Sloppy.
No, it's not sloppy by any means. I agree 100%, Chris. I'm just saying
that's what I mean. Tom was saying, he's like, some people might look at this and say the paintwork looks messy, and he was saying because that's how it was painted on the actual prop. Okay, right. How they painted these toenails is exactly how the prop was painted. But like, I'm looking at this thing and it just looks natural to me. It doesn't look like anybody's gonna look at it and say, oh, that's not a good paint
maybe
job.
A better way to explain it is there's a difference between something that is hand painted or hand applied versus machine applied. Yeah, if it's on like an assembly line being sprayed with a machine or a spray gun, etc., going through an assembly line, that gives a more, again, idealized look and a much more uniform look. So you're right, Chris. I agree 100%. Nothing about this is sloppy or messy. But I think to some people, it may sort of throw them off when they're used to that very uniform look.
I can't see people even looking at this and saying,
"Hey,
no." I mean, no.
Here's a question, guys. What Sean is asking: what material is it made out of, and how heavy is it?
Isn't it? It's not heavy. It's not real heavy. It's not like it's not like cold cast porcelain or like a old sideshow statue. It's Well, I don't remember what kind of material it was, Jason. Do you?
I'm not too sure. I want to say that
poly resin.
It might be a poly resin mix, but that's something we can actually follow up in once we post the video and just put it like in the comments. But I don't want to quote.
Isn't Tom in he said he was going to be in the chat. I wonder if he mentioned.
No, I don't believe he's going to be in the chat. I think he might be listening in or watching, but I don't think he'll be physically in the chat. So, but if you are, Tom, if you happen to be listening and can jump on, that would be great if you can let us know specifically so we don't get it wrong what material it is made out of.
It's so cool, man.
So Sean actually asked what I have a special spot to put it in. I'm going to put it on a pedestal in the middle of my room with a spotlight on it. And eventually I may even put like an acrylic case over it. I don't know yet.
This might do well display wise with an acrylic case. Now I have a pedestal for this currently being made. But I may add an acrylic case to it just because it has such a museum stance to it. And just for the fun of it.
The eyes are perfect.
Rob is saying, he says, hey guys, they are resin.
Resin, okay.
Resin.
Oh, okay.
Oh, thanks. Thank you, Rob. All right, so they are resin. So they're not, here's the thing. So they're not super light. I mean, it's not something you can just pick up and kind of
throw around.
You have to hold it with two hands. It's got some weight to it, for sure. But it's not, is it 25 pounds? No.
And this is Rob. Yeah, this is Rob from Regal Robot.
Yep.
This is a showstopper. This
sure.
will immediately, people will draw their eyes directly to this thing as soon as they walk in your room.
Well, and let's talk let's talk about this, guys. I mean, there's one thing to make a statue and have it be amazing and beautiful. There's another thing to make a statue that actually has like lineage to the movie, right?
Yeah.
That's a whole nother deal, right?
Whole
Like
bigger deal.
This is made as a prop replica that, I mean, it's not even called a statue. They call it the rank. It's the Rancor or the prop replica or whatever. And so that's amazing, right? To get exactly what they had in the movies. Now that said, they didn't. I think what was it? They restored the actual prop replica, or did some restoration stuff on it, and then they were allowed access to it. And so after that, they kind of put it in it. They put it into a pose that they wanted. Yeah.
Yeah. It was. It's foam latex, so it was starting to break apart.
Right.
I'm just imagining
a couple exhibitions and tours and
right.
I'm just imagining putting my hand inside of it, working the mouth. You know, it's like perfect size to put your hand in. You know,
I can't. I mean, this sounds silly. I can't get over this.
I told you, didn't I tell you, Jason?
Look at. I mean, it's an actual.
Level.
First off, it's an actual airing.
Yep.
It's rusted. And it actually you can. I mean, not that you would want to play around with it too much, but I mean, you can. That's just. These are details that I don't think any other company would put the time, effort, and energy into putting in, because it's like one of those things like, are you really going to notice it? Are you really going to care?
Yeah, right.
They care.
Well, that's just like Jason. I mean, they didn't just put on they didn't just make the rings for the cuff. You know, it took them. They researched all that stuff, right? I mean,
when we were up there, Rob was looking on a computer trying to find washers for the exact same, the right size. I don't know how they ended up making these, but like normal chain, they're oval. These are perfectly round. Right.
So normal chain ovals, Chris is correct. These are perfectly round. And yeah, the due diligence that goes into, you know, things like this, like the original used pieces from 70s, 80s, etc. You know, is one of those things that is painstaking. So I'm just going to give it one more once over, and I'm going to jump back on in full view.
Okay. Real quick, Pimrick is asking, is this a top 3 piece in the collection, guys?
Yes.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah.
You know, I love all of Regal Robot's pieces. I got to say, like, if I was to compare, I mean, they're apples and oranges. But if I was to, you know, compare this to, like, say, the Chewbacca, this thing is just, I don't know. This thing is phenomenal.
I'd say
this is crazy.
Chewbacca and this, and then probably my Falcon I just made are the 2 things in my basement that are just top easily.
And this is a nice size. I feel like, Chris, even on yours, I feel like the size of it doesn't really come across on camera.
No, it doesn't. You know what's really
big.
Cool is it looks lifelike, like the right movement, like it's hunched over, its hands. The pose is perfect.
Perfect.
It doesn't show up as well in in the picture.
Yeah.
But when you look at it, it's like cool.
Rob is saying to make sure they were perfect. He's talking about the rings. The
chain links. Yeah.
We 3D modeled and printed the chain links. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Okay.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Freaking it, Rob! You guys absolutely destroyed this thing.
Yeah,
this is just
killed it.
I can't. I saw it a long time ago, but I still can't get over it.
He's even got, like, Chris, when you get a chance to just do like a face on, so people can get an idea of the pose, he's getting like I said, his head's just even like slightly tilted, almost as if like the cage is lifting and he's seeing Luke and about to come at him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he was always, you see the puppet in the movie, it's always kind of wonky, right? It's like, it's got this you can almost see that the head is like soft and like because of
movable.
Movable. Because it was. Like, you can see that in the puppet.
It's only a face only a Star Wars fan could love.
Well, yes, and honestly, it's a monster that they could only show a certain amount of, or else you're gonna it's not like this thing had like a, you know, it was like walking in any other place but this like pit that they could just shoot it in the right way to make it look real, right? As real as they could make it. So It's fantastic. Now Regal Robot just needs to make a Rancor keeper. A tiny Rancor
keeper to go with him.
Rancor keeper to go with him, dude.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It's just
beautiful. The color's beautiful, and we can really see it on yours, Chris. It's really pretty.
My brand new light I just bought.
I know. Yeah, exactly.
Yep. The bone color. It's actually the light kind of doesn't show the bone color as well as it should. Like,
that's beautiful. We can see the variation.
Yeah, it's a variation, but it's even better in person. No doubt about it.
Oh, there we go.
All right. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Perfect.
We're good.
But look, like, okay, so it's not even symmetrical. Like, you have bigger spikes over here than you have on this side. You know, it's just he's got scoliosis. You know, so
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I just want to give people an idea, man. I'm gonna stand next to this thing. You don't have to make it big, but just so people can really see the size of this. Now, I'm about 6 foot, so this thing is, I'm gonna just nail from waist. I mean, look how big this guy is.
Yeah, Jason.
Just to give some perspective.
What did you say the dimensions were again?
So the dimensions of the base itself, or the Rancor?
No, the whole thing.
So Rancor himself stands as high as about 19 inches, just shy. So it's approximate. Okay. That's an approximate measurement. Hand depth at its farthest point, same 19. The other hand would probably be about 21 inches. And then even in width, we're looking about 16 inches in width. Again, these are just approximates, but close to. And then the base itself measures 11 by 15 by about 1.5.
Crazy.
Yeah, so it's a big piece. It just doesn't. I mean, look at my hand next to his head.
Yeah. Well, and just so people understand, like when Regal Robot first announced this, you know, a lot of people were like, well, first of all, the price, right? Like, why is it priced at what it is? And now I think you can see some of the reason why.
You can see why.
I think that's a perfect topic to bring up. Specifically.
And I'll say, Jason, also that it was price, and also, like, why is this thing just on a black base, right? Like, when people think statue or see statue, they think, oh, well, there should be some sort of statue base,
some style.
But again, Regal Robot was going for the prop replica look, more of a museum style look, and I think they killed it.
Plus, the plain base makes you focus on the prop, not on the piece. Base.
Yeah. It's not about the base.
Chris, 100. It doesn't draw your eye away at all. Nope. I think that was so well said. It makes you focus specifically on the piece, and then I love that you can you take this beautiful plaque, place it right, because you have a decent amount of space on the base. Place it, and you just have a museum style piece.
Don't forget, I don't know if you guys remember, but I really liked the sideshow base with the Gamorrean guard statue, the skeleton. Like, that was one of the things I absolutely loved about it. But I can't imagine putting a Gamorrean guard skeleton on this thing. Like, it wouldn't even. It would just be terrible.
I agree. So I think the initial sticker shock that everybody had and was sort of, going through some of the groups and some of the forums. It's out of sight, out of mind after having this in hand.
Oh yeah,
I don't even think twice about it.
I think if anybody's worried about the sticker price, when they see this thing in person, they will instantly have a total different reaction.
What's even more interesting, Chris, is now that I see this and have this in hand, the one that is now currently listed on eBay at about 6,000. Honestly, I don't even think that's an unreasonable price if you miss out on it. Like, it's that good. It really is.
Crazy.
It's that good.
It's
and we're not being biased. This is genuine.
Well, we're I mean, it's okay. We're slightly biased. That's all right. I mean,
no, I would point out if there was anything that rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah, of course. But I'm just saying, like, we like Regal Robot. That's not a problem.
Oh yeah, they make amazing stuff for sure.
Rob is saying, thanks, guys. Your reactions make it worth it all the time, and the effort that was put into it.
You can see the bigger bumps. Okay, you can see them in the pictures, in the videos, but like there are so many more little tiny bumps on there, little tiny warts and stuff that you don't see in the video.
Like, there's everything from like goosebumps to almost like
Yeah.
pimple-like bumps to spikes to, I mean, this thing is like Braille.
There's almost nothing smooth about this on here whatsoever.
Donald Bryan says, I hate black bases, but this one just makes sense. It does.
Sure does.
It does. It does.
Yeah, Nitro's saying the black.
Chris, how's that? I don't think either of ours is coming across, but how is that bone color tail? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, even in my lighting, it's not coming out. It's not showing as cool as it actually is.
It gradiates so naturally. So naturally. Wow.
I mean, that's close, but when you look at it, it almost has like a yellowish, grayish. There's a, I don't know how to describe it.
I mean, yeah, it looks like the color of natural bone, that sort of beige, sort of, I know this is a silly reference, but like how computers looked in the 80s, the Chase computer, like that ugly beige. It has like that bone color. It's wild. Wow. Yeah, I mean, wow.
It is. It's
man.
amazing. I mean, I don't have the damn thing, and I'm amazed by it. So I'm excited to get this thing in hand.
So just a heads up for those watching that are awaiting them. So the first batch of 24 should be shipping out within 7 to 10 days. Approximately within a week, give or take a day, and they'll start to arrive. And like I said, you get one 26-inch Q box, the base, the other box inside, the Rancor well protected, and then after that, they'll continue in batches following the first 24. Right. So they'll start shipping out again within the next week, give or take a few days, and then it'll roll out and continue for I think the next month and a half to 2 months. Again, that's approximate, but in batches. So depending on where you are in the purchase list, you'll see ours as early as a week or two, or it may be a month or two.
Yeah.
But, you guys are going to be blown away if you have this on. If you have this on order, you made a good choice. You chose wisely.
Yeah.
Nitro says the back looks amazing. Sean says the jewel is great accent that the Sideshow version doesn't have. Yeah. I mean, I think again, I'll say this, that if you get the side, you could have both of them, I think, because they're both very different pieces. Sideshow, Sideshow's is not a bad statue. It's it's very nice.
It serves a different purpose.
It's very big. It's very huge. He got a huge presence. It's an actual statue. It's got a statue base. Yeah, very different. Very different.
At first I wanted the bigger piece. Like I even ordered the Sideshow one. Okay. And I liked that it was really big, but I canceled that for this. Okay. And I'm very happy with this size. Like I'm glad I didn't get something bigger.
Well, that's Chris, you're right. Looking at how big this is, it is a big piece, and this is deceptive what you're seeing. Like I said, I stood next to it. I'm 6 feet, just to give you an idea. So I can imagine the presence of the Sideshow, but at the same time, the Sideshow by design is completely intended as a different piece. It was intended to fit in with a 1/6 collection, or I mean, it could be a standalone statue, but its intention was to accompany the Jabberon throne that was made, and to be displayed amongst a 1/6 style diorama, if you will, and or standalone. But this is more, again, this is a prop replica. It's 1/1 scale, museum style, and it is just it is a masterwork for sure.
Honestly, I can't find one flaw with it.
No,
I really can't. The paint's amazing. The pose is amazing. Everything about it is amazing. Everything.
Know what I feel like, Chris and Matt? The more Regal Robot pieces I acquire for my collection, it becomes almost like, and I don't mean this, I don't want to come across the wrong way, but it's almost like the avant-art of Star Wars collectibles.
Right.
I mean, and it sort of goes hand in hand with the title of the company, Regal Robot. There's a reason why it's titled Regal, and this is the reason why.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Wow.
It's as big as my hand, and I got big hands.
Yeah, this consumes my hand.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, you're little, Jason.
Oh yeah, I'm Paquito. I'm tiny.
Traveling Jedi says, "I'll take that Shock T, Matt, so you have room for the Rancor."
After me.
Dude, I tell you what, I gotta make some more room. I do have to put shelves on this side, or else I'm gonna be screwed. I'm gonna have statues just freaking sitting somewhere.
This pool table's got to go.
I'll have a lot of
week.
once we have a big earthquake. I'll have a lot of room, guys. Don't worry. I'll have a lot of room.
This pool table needs to go next week because I'm just running out of room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks in proportion in Jason's room.
Quicksilver, I'm not actually home because I travel so much for work purposes. Just for you guys, I took this little guy with me to be sure I could follow through with the unboxing. But yeah, this I am actually not home, but once I am,
I'll tell you what, I'm tired. I've done driving I've driven all day yesterday and all day today. So, going up there to get this thing, 6 hours of driving just to get this thing.
Yeah.
So worth it.
Yeah.
It was so worth it. Chris, I was exhausted. Myself as well. I was up in New York there for the night. Met up with Chris the next day, picked these up. I mean, so worth it. But it also goes into, not this is a bad thing. I don't take anything for granted, but we were discussing how everybody, oh, this is great. It must be so much fun, and and of course it is. I mean, it's a blast, but it's a lot of work sometimes. It can get exhausting, but it's well worth it. It really is well worth it. And I don't ever want to sound ungrateful by any means, but yeah. I mean, I still got to truck this thing home, which it's being done properly. It's gonna be.
We almost had to strap you to the top of the car because there wasn't much room in my car to put all these pieces. Yeah. It was this close. Like, seriously, if these boxes were any bigger, I don't know that we would have done it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I told you. I even said that. I'm like, Jason, we might have to strap you to the roof.
Yeah, and I just said the more I look at the Rancor, the more I think the price is justified. Yeah.
I agree. But it doesn't even, the price tag does. It's,
no.
I don't even think twice about it at this point.
Yeah. I mean, not everybody can do it. Not everybody can do it, but they have payment plans, and we all took advantage of that, so.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Sorry, Mike, go ahead.
No, I think Graham is saying you don't want a base that detracts from the main event, and I agree with that. That's true.
Yeah.
That's what happens with what they chose to do with this one.
My favorite part of this thing is the eyes, easily.
Oh, it's fantastic. But I think it is important to point out. Go ahead, Matt.
Oh, no, go ahead, Jason. I'm sorry.
I was to say one thing that is important to point out, as Chris was saying, because I think there are a lot of people who may have shied away due to the price. But one thing to keep in mind is not only the payment plans, but the payment plans are now stretching out a little bit farther. It's not like you need to put down $3,000 up front, which you can if you'd like. You don't have to put down 2 payments of $1,500. I mean, you can split this into 6 payments, and it also falls in line with production time. So, your payments are going to be made as this thing is being made. So by the time it pays off, it's going to fall right around the time of shipping. So it does make it a little bit more doable for those who may be apprehensive. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not for everybody, but it
doesn't matter now, too late.
They do their best. Say again.
And the cool thing is, and it doesn't matter now because you can't get it. It's just there's 83 of them, all of them sold out, and 83 is such a cool number for it too.
Yeah, I gotta say, Chris, this is the first plaque I have that says "Return of the Jedi" on it, and I just love the Return of the Jedi logo on font.
Oh yeah.
I love the Return of the Jedi.
And I actually like that Phil's signature isn't perfect and clean. I love that
it's crazy.
I mean, it fits. Mad Dog Phil, right?
Yep.
Steve. Oh, Steve. This is our beloved Steve right here. Needs 60 months for the Tauntaun. So true. That base, let's see here. Trick says that base makes the piece look even more valuable. I agree with that.
It does.
Looks like it came out of a museum.
Nitrous likes the payment plans. That's good. Chris, will you be sending it off to be graded? Put it in acrylic case. Not this one, I don't think. Not this one.
No.
This guy hang out with me all day.
Where'd you say you're putting this, Chris?
On a pedestal in the middle of the room.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You still have that pool table that you're gonna get rid of like a year ago.
Well, I got 2 feet of snow in my backyard.
I know.
I gotta get rid of that. I'm gonna have to go out there with a blowtorch and burn it all up so I can get out of here. Because if I took a picture of my room right now, there's just shit everywhere. It's just it's bad. I need to get rid of it.
Gotta make that happen.
I do.
So Matt, what are you thinking?
Oh, it's great, man. I'm excited. I mean, I wish we could have gotten, all had one of these to show you guys, but Chris and Jason made special, a special deal for this one. Like they went and picked this up themselves and went through a lot to get this. So I do appreciate that, guys. And, I'm excited to get it and see what it looks like on my shelf. Like it's going to be crazy. I don't know if it'll fit.
Are you putting it behind you?
I don't even know how I'm going to fit it. Yeah, that's the idea. But that thing looks freaking massive. I was gonna put it
on something like this.
I was gonna put it sideways, but I don't know if that freaking arm is gonna.
Honestly, sideways is deeper. Is it like if you put it sideways, it'll stick out further?
Yeah, but
the base will stick out further.
I don't want someone to walk past it and snag their freaking.
Yeah, but the base will stick out further.
Matt, look at this.
I know it's crazy.
This is
It's
absurd.
Yes.
So for anybody who is, thinking about like, well, this must be so much smaller than the 3-foot version that Sideshow offered. This thing is it's large, but you also have to take into consideration the reason why it is larger than it seems is. And I'm going to just turn this hair. So the one thing is that in the movie,
every show Chris
this section here,
pool table.
This section here was open, and this is where Phil's hand went.
Yeah, right.
Sort of live action movements of it, and that's the only thing that was removed for obvious reasons. But it's almost a perfect size. Like Chris said, you can almost picture putting your hand up inside and sort of working the head. And
they didn't stick their hand up the Rancor's ass for the puppetry. They put it up his back.
Midsection.
Yeah.
Midsection.
Matt, do you have any other rooms you could display in your house? Oh, so we changed in California, it is what it is. We don't have basements. So we changed our garage into a kind of a game room, movie room, hangout room. It turned out really nice, but so it's possible I could put some stuff in there. I don't know. We'll see. I don't need to quite yet, but maybe someday.
You know what else is nice about this, guys? Is it's durable material. It's not really breakable.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not like a statue that's gonna break. It's. I mean, you don't want to snap a finger or anything, but I'm not like shipping. I'm not really that concerned with things breaking on it.
Right.
Not at all.
Because I mean, this is like silicone, almost like rubbery. That's not solid, and the fingers are pretty thick. Like there's no like thin fingers. You're not gonna break any of these warts or scales or bumps off. It's nothing. I mean, the teeth might look like the most delicate thing, and that's it.
And they're pretty solid as well. Yeah. I mean, I think even if this was to come out, Chris, the slight chance that it did, the way it's pieced, it can just easily slide back in. And when you guys receive it, the way it'll be packed, it'll be tucked under like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you just gotta sort of let it rest and sort of let it.
Yeah.
Just kind of. I mean, and then when you look at the image, I mean, he's a spitting image.
That mouth is beautiful.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
It's just beautiful.
The hands, everything. This thing, man, wow. You guys done it again. I'll tell you.
And it's got pretty ears too.
Yeah. There you go.
The ears look really well done.
Oh, I didn't want to do that.
Ears are something you don't want to stick things in.
No, they're very, very nicely done. And they're not pink at all.
I didn't realize how I know I keep going back to it, but I guess I just didn't realize how stylish his earring actually was. Because
earring is phenomenal. Like
it's crazy. And this is the fun part. Because we don't get to see the props
Yeah, it's
Looks
great.
like an ear.
Yeah, it's cool.
Because we don't get to see the props up close, or if you do, but this is the closest you get to having that opportunity. So you get to examine this piece, and it's similar to being able to sit in front of the original prop and examine all the details and pieces and
I really like the cuff a lot. I didn't take notice to it before. I mostly noticed the eyes and all the bumps and stuff, but the cuff is actually very, very well done.
Yeah, I do like the cuff.
It's even like more of a matte finish than the actual statue is. It's like it looks like it's bent metal.
Yeah, you're right. It looks beat up and bent, and like he's just been sloshing around and eating Gamorrean guards and whatnot.
It's got rust on the chain links. You see those? The paint app on there, the little rust spots.
Nice rust, nice patina, nice worn scratches, couple of spikes. This is.
I don't remember the story behind the patina on his arm. Do you remember that?
I don't.
I just know that he didn't know it was there until he actually saw the prop. Like, you don't see it. But then he said he went back into the stills of the movie and you can see it.
It could have been one of those things where he was painting I'm just making this up to be, a little humor, but he could have been painting a little patina on the cuff and they said, "Hey, Phil," and he looked and a little drip fell on the arm,
Probably.
I'm sure that's how it happens.
It's just, that's how, when you're building props, that's how it happens. You got to move quick. You got to get it done. And yeah, or just a spill or a drip accidentally, and it just was never covered up.
And now it's here.
Yeah. Well, you got to think, they look at it and they say, okay, we got to get this thing on set. Do we have time to touch that up? Yes or no? Nope. Yeah. Get it on set.
Jason Trexler says, where will you display it? Look forward to your collection video.
Thank you, Trexler. So Trexler, I had a custom display pedestal built for this, and it's going to be about 2 inches out each way. So it's going to be about so it's going to be about 13 by 17.
So yeah, so Trexler, Jason bought another Rancor that had a base that he liked that was $10,000, and so he bought that base to use with this Rancor. He bought that case to use with this Rancor. It's pretty cool.
No, they're actually pretty inexpensive, the pedestals, but they give a really nice look to pieces. I don't use them for a lot of things.
Yeah.
Pieces like this, they work really, really well for. So I'm going to go 2 inches larger in each direction and just display them like that. I'm just making my own. Yeah. I would like to consider the acrylic, but the only thing that I have to take into consideration is how much farther out
it's going to be out here.
Yeah, it's going to be
both
huge.
of them. Huge. I would have to edit the build of the pedestal and make it almost twice as big. So I might just leave it.
That's the thing with this piece is wherever you display, you have to be very careful, because the last thing you want is someone walking by, getting their shirt snagged on the freaking Rancor fingernail and pulling that thing down.
That would,
you know what I mean?
It'd be
a nightmare. It'd be a nightmare. So you just got to be really careful where you put it. That's why I want to try to display mine sideways if I can.
Yeah, you can't really grab those fingers in.
I feel like a piece like this also shouldn't be displayed in just a sort of generic way. It needs to be displayed in the right atmosphere.
Steve.
The funny thing is like I have a whole large square room with all my collectibles, but yeah,
your place is pretty big. I'm excited to see your collection video sometime.
Yeah, it's going to be coming soon. I get a few things coming in. One specifically via Regal Robot, which we'll talk about when the time comes. But it'll be coming soon.
Kunji Club says, how cool would it be to display below the Sideshow Jabba base and make a working trapdoor?
That would be awesome.
That's actually funny. That's a good idea.
The only thing that would have made this better is to have a Gamorrean guard's arm sticking out of his mouth.
Yeah,
from the movie.
Donald says, to be honest, what do you guys think about the half studio scale piece made on the RPF?
So my opinion on that, two things. I think it's an addition of 10. It's
Is that all?
yeah. I think there's an open edition of unpainted kits, and then you can get fully painted with the black base, a run of 10.
Oh, wow.
I have to say, I think it's a blatant ripoff.
Yeah.
It's half the size of this. I would say, not even half the quality.
It looks the same pose almost.
So the pose is exact. It's verbatim, or at least they try to get it to be verbatim. The style of the base is, again, they try to imitate it verbatim. But again, if you want a side piece, if you want something, I mean, I don't know if I would even go there at this point.
Yeah.
Because
basically somebody took pictures of this.
Yeah, they took this and they emulated it. Yeah, they just copied it. But the problem is you're paying $500 plus, almost $600 plus shipping for something like that, and you're not getting just half the size or half the quality. You're losing tenfold of the quality. But you're only paying 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
it's only it's a sixth of the price, which isn't that big of a difference. I mean, it is, but it isn't.
Right.
And you're losing so much of what this piece is.
But guys, let's be realistic here for a second. There's a lot of people that cannot get this piece.
True.
So
now that it's sold out.
So I mean, yes, you're right. Does it compare to this piece? No, of course it doesn't. But there's a lot of people that aren't able to get this, that could get something that's half the quality, if not less, but half the size as well. I'm not saying to do it. I'm just saying
Matt, I sold a whole bunch of vintage collection figures that were I bought for $12 each. Yeah. To get this.
Mm-hmm.
How many did I sell? I sold 30 of them to get this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think I don't want to get into the discussion about that piece, because again, I think it's a intentional ripoff of this. It's not coincidence.
That's the bummer. The bummer.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem. If it was different, it would be, safe to say it's a good placeholder. It's something that if you missed out on this edition and you really want the Rancor in your collection and you're not looking for the statuesque 1/6 version of it, that would be a good fill-in. But the problem is they just went too direct and too intentional with this design.
And look, I don't want people to think I'm okay with recasting or anything like that, or copying in any way. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying you have to be a little bit realistic in this.
You do.
Some people just are going to go for something like that because they just cannot get their hands on something like this. It is what it is.
Yeah.
No, you're right. And I think even the makers of this are aware of that.
Yeah.
They're not. They're not oblivious.
You don't have to think. That they're aware of it.
Yeah. And they're not oblivious to it, but they're aware that that's going to happen. So.
This thing's amazing.
Someone was saying you need to put a Gamorrean guard in its mouth. Figure in its mouth.
Cool. He said he was typing it as I said it.
Yeah, that's funny. Trexler says when you get a copy of a copy, it's never good. That's true. Donald, basically my debate is to make the room for Sideshow Rancor, or grab that for less money and less space. Oh, okay, I get you. The copy of the copy or whatever, or the Sideshow piece. Honestly,
again, it's not. Don't let anybody discourage you from doing it.
No.
I mean, for the price, you're getting what you're getting, and I think for Rancor, the problem with this piece too now is that it's going to be, not only is it completely sold out and has been since 2-3 days following the release, but I don't think anybody who purchases this, with the exception of an extenuating circumstance, nobody's going to be letting this thing go.
Right.
I can't see that happening. Again, if there was something circumstantial that forced it, yes, but nobody's going to be selling this thing.
Listen, you could easily sell this for at least for what you paid for it.
Yeah.
Well, there's one up for double, and I won't be that shocked if it sells. I won't.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even spark one of those debates of, can you believe this? It sold for double. But this,
in a couple years, there'll be a group of guys lusting after this, like you guys lusted after Chewbacca's head.
Yeah.
Possible. Yep. I think it's. I do think it's tough because you look at something like the sideshow piece, and it's not this. In my opinion, people have other opinions about that maybe, but I think this is heads and tails better. But that said, it's still a very good piece. It's still very something totally like gonna be. It's totally. It's amazing. It will look amazing in your collection.
Yeah.
The sideshow.
So yeah, the sideshow piece.
Oh, you can't take the credit away from the sideshow.
No,
the sideshow is beautifully done.
It is, and
it looks great.
It does, and so there's a couple things, but whatever. It's still to me looks really good. So I think you can't go wrong with the sideshow at this point because it's still available, right?
It's still available, and for sideshow, man. I think it's a pretty small edition considering only 600.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Which I mean, some of their statues are in the thousands. So for 600, but again, it is. I think it's a beautiful piece, an amazing piece, but they both have two different intended purposes.
Yeah, totally.
And for their intended purposes, they both,
Yeah, the sideshow piece is more of a statue. It's a statue representation of the Rancor. It's not completely accurate.
Of a Rancor, not the Rancor.
Right. And this is the Rancor from Return of the Jedi, like a prop replica. It is what it is, right? So, it's just different. I told
my wife we were getting this, right, and I said, do you want to see it? She's like, yeah, I'll take a look. So I showed it to her. I'm like, isn't that thing so freaking beautiful? She's like, how can something so ugly be beautiful? Like, how's that possible? I said, listen, this is beautiful.
Very nice, Jason. Very
crazy, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
He's a big boy, man. He's a big boy.
Don't be careful. You don't want your statue to smell like marijuana.
I love the side profile of the face.
You gotta be careful.
I love the side profile of the face. It's just
it's great. It's great. Dude, this the eye with the mouth. It's just so do you guys know, Chris and Jason, do you guys know how you're going to like what do you want to do it straight on? Do you want to display him to the side? Do you want to do like
mine's going straight on.
Here's the thing, guys. You can't the base is square, right? Or like rectangle or whatever.
Rectangle.
It's not like you can like turn it too many ways without it. I mean, you have to, you know what I mean? Like it can't.
Well, I'm going to put it in a room and you'll be able to walk all the way around.
Yeah, walk around it. Sure.
Yeah. So you won't, it doesn't matter how it's going to be displayed facing my stairs. When people come down, they're going to instantly, it'll be right there, smack dab in their face. But
so this is what you're going for, Jason. Right.
So mine's going to be straight on. And I like the fact that it's going to be straight on. And
yeah, it looks really cool.
And again, I mean, the way it's going to be displayed on that pedestal, you'll be able to look at it from the right, left side.
Yeah. And
I mean, the back you'll lose a little based on where I'm putting it, but yeah.
And Jason, you said you are going to put a acrylic around it.
When Chris mentioned it, I thought it might be a good idea, but now that I'm looking at, so here's the base is here where my hand is, and the hand comes up this far. So I would have to literally double the size of the pedestal. Exactly. So I may I don't think it's going to be a difficult piece to care for as far as, dusting. Yeah. So I may just leave it because I already have the pedestal in the making. I should actually be receiving it soon.
Okay.
So I don't know if it would look really nice behind acrylic, but
the hand sticks out a good 10 inches from the base.
Yeah,
you're right. This here, right?
Almost a foot
here
11 inches,
is my favorite angle. Like looking at it, because you can see the eye. And that's my favorite angle to look at it, more so than on front, because you can't see the eyes that way.
Right.
I like the eyes. So maybe I display it slightly on an angle. So I don't know.
It's so cool. America says, congrats again, Chris, Jason. This is the most impressive Star Wars piece I've seen.
I have to agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You see these pieces, right? And it's like, how can they top this, right? I thought when I put Chewbacca on display, I literally thought to myself, how can they top this? Like you can't. Chewbacca is just such a magnificent piece, and you see this, and you say, oh, that's how they can top that.
Yeah.
I mean, again, apples and oranges, but in their own right, it's just
and different, right? The Tauntaun is crazy. Chewbacca's crazy. CZ3 is crazy in its own way is crazy. They've put out a lot of really incredible pieces.
And the fact that most of this stuff has a lineage direct to, what we see on screen and what we all love and have that passion for and what brings us all together, that's the best part of it all.
That's so cool. So cool.
Wow.
Guys, I think that's gonna do it for us. We just kind of wanted to get on, unbox this thing.
We're gonna talk about.
Yes, yeah, we are. So one last thing, we do have something in Jason, a couple weeks.
So I think we'll announce in a few weeks on the board. We'll announce in a few weeks that there'll be a upcoming product spotlight. Tom will be joining us to discuss exactly what it is and all the details behind it, just like we did with the Rancor.
Yep.
And people will be able to ask questions, and we'll have an open discussion about it.
Get excited, guys! New Regal Robot product coming soon, and you're gonna be amazed.
This is
it's another good one.
This is crazy. Yeah,
it's another good one.
It is.
But yeah. So if you just don't miss out on some of these if you can help it. But we will let you know when that happens, and I think next week we'll be doing some more of these. I think we'll probably be unboxing TIE Fighter Pilot, NYC. I'm trying to think what else. What'd you say, Chris? What else was coming?
Gamorrean Guard. I'm getting the Gamorrean Guard tomorrow.
The Regal Robot Gamorrean Guard. Yeah. Okay. So we might have to figure that out, Chris, because I'm sure I'm getting it soon as well. Well, you get it.
I'll wait. I'll wait.
Yeah. Wait on that. We'll open that together, and then we'll have some other fun things to open. So it's gonna be good.
Yeah. We saw the Gamorrean Guard yesterday as well when we were up there.
Yeah.
Cool. It's painted. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Another fantastic piece. It's a great size.
Yeah. It's not. It looks thin in the pictures, but when you see it in person, it's actually pretty beefy.
Yeah.
More muscular than the one in the show.
And I'm just reading the comment. Sorry.
The prop looks better than the Gamorrean Guards in the show.
Yeah. They were really thin. Yeah. But he looks more like the Gamorrean we all know and love. Just seeing the comments pop up as we're ready to check out. Thank you guys for the support. We really appreciate it. We're happy to be able to bring you this and show this off for you guys. And congrats to those who were able to acquire one. Just when you get it in, love it, enjoy it. And again, thank you for all the feedback, all the support, and we really appreciate the kind words.
Yeah, we really do, guys. It's obviously it's fun to get new things, but it's cool that we get to open stuff on here and share with you guys and talk with you guys in the chat and just discuss Star Wars. It's fantastic. So,
and just a big thank you to Tom, to Rob, who's on tonight. For those of you who are unaware, Rob, who is assisting us with some of the answers to the questions, works very closely with Tom, and he is one of the gentlemen who helps bring a lot of these ideas to fruition. So our hats are off to him, and a huge thank you to both him and Tom and the whole team for being able to bring us pieces like this and be able to have content and shows like this. So for sure.
What's really great about that? I have to say one more thing about Regal Robot. What's really great is how excited their receptionist gets every time we walk in there. Like she is showing us this and she's showing us that, and she's so happy with this mini CZ3 head she's got right behind her, and this Lego diorama of the group, like the whole
team.
Group.
Yeah,
she's just like a joy to talk to when you go there. She's just so excited just to be working there and showing all the cool stuff.
Always the level of sincerity is it's outpouring, and you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, congratulations. Jason, thanks, congratulations.
Thank you, man.
Really happy for you guys, and I'm happy that you got it before Steve did. But he is getting number one, I think.
I think Steve is watching us just to make sure we didn't get number one.
Exactly. He's getting number one, I believe. Yeah. So he's super pumped.
So. Matt, you know what? Real quick, if anybody wants to check my plaque, hold on one second.
Yep. You gotta really squeeze it tight there.
Garrett, there you go, Steve.
What an insignificant number you got. Cool, guys. Well, thanks, everyone. We will be back around next week with some more unboxings and fun stuff. I think we have a group therapy next week, so that'll be fun as well. And have a good night, everyone.
We have a great collector spotlight.
Next week?
No, following.
No, following.
That top Tuesday following, yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, guys. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.